Here we are, and let's get this party started. Alright, we start with the torch, the herb, and of course the key. 13 attack power, not the worst. You can kill a lot of things early on with that. You have the torch to get you a little bit extra. Certainly nothing like the last race we saw, but... The Pav gonna make use of that, that strength and that, strengthen the torch to get himself a Magidrake down and get to level 2, which has 12 power, 5 speed, 1 hit point, 8 magic, and outside. We also find the Almighty Herb in the Stone's Cave. Bob gonna do the reverse torch, which is a way to avoid a heal. And in 2 levels, it gets 15, 7, 3, 8, and outside. So from 2 to 3s, 3, 2, 2, 0. As we'll see right here. With Magidrake Scorpions, you're pretty happy at this point in time. You can take those up to level 5 without worrying for a second. Well, I take it back, not if they're running away. Sadly, the Dragon Lord is still the Dragon Lord, in this, with the Dragon Lord sprite. 2, 4, 5, 17, heal, and hurt more at level 4. So we are off to the races again. We're going off and exploring there. I will just mention that this is game 2 between BobPineappleMD and Pav. Bob took the first one in a very close matchup. And, yeah, best of 3. So if Bob wins this, he has won the series. If Pav wins this, we will move on to a game 3. As always, thank you very much, chat, for helping me with the tracking. Pav comes across the swamp cave, or the mountain cave. And finding a stone man who cares not about your hurt more. I would go back immediately, though. Bob, on the other hand, didn't go quite south enough to see that, so he's going to go head up to this north area, and we'll see what he finds there. Pav also opting to go north, deciding, you know what, I don't want to chance it with the stone then. And level 5, 1 power, 9 speed, 5 hit points, 5 magic points. Another hurt more in the tank is really what that level's all about. Golem, another stony boy who is not going to care about your hurt more. But a golem having hurt is something that is a very nice piece of information for the future. And we come upon the castle of Sharlock. Not going to be able to quite get into it yet, but it's good to know where it is. Nothing worse than having all the stuff and then having to go spend minutes exploring for Sharlock. And we hit level 6. 1051. Meanwhile, Pav comes across a Magiwyvern, which is the #1 enemy you want to see when you have Hurtmore. So that's nice, and I'd probably sit in this zone to see what else is there before I run off because of it. And that's exactly what Pav is going to do. Pineapple comes across the overworld, learns the same lesson Pav does, that Stoneman cares not for your Hurtmore. But he has much more fortune in getting away from said Stoneman. And Pav, just like that, Pav has surpassed Bob in XP. Bob does see a cave, though. Meanwhile, Pav is one more Magiwyvern, or one more many things, from level 7. And Bob finds the Staff Trade-in Cave. We do not have any key items, I believe, unless I messed up my tracking, so no need to go visit him at this moment. Unfortunately, Pav did not heal, and I get it in this situation, so you have 2 Hurtmores out there, but his HP is just not high enough to cover that AK-47 range. So, or else I missed a back attack or something. I don't know. Whatever it was, he landed 1 Hurtmore, and then the Armor Knight got him. Oh, Bob doesn't have any MP, that's why he's not fighting that Wyvern. I was real surprised. That makes perfect sense. Pav runs from the Drakima that would have given him level 7. But, in the process, he finds a Metal Slime. That will also give him level 7. And a town, which, at this point, honestly, I hope is Hawksness. Like, that's a good thing to find right now. But no, it is Garanham, which is meh. I mean, it's nice to have gear, but you've got Hurtmore, you've got healing, you've now got a copper sword. Doesn't bother to go buy herbs or anything, just continuing on. Got a copper sword. Again, not going to do him a whole lot of good at the moment. Because the Hurtmores, anything that's going to matter for, you can kill with the Hurtmore. Bob comes across Swamp. We'll see if he has an easy, or Mountain. We'll see if he has an easier time of it. 11, 7, 10 to hurt, return, and repel is what we get at level 7. And we find the Erdrick Sword in Mountain 1. But Pav finds keys. Again, sword really nice, but with Hurtmore, its value is less pronounced at this point in time. So Pav is not really at a massive disadvantage for not having it. Keys, on the other hand, could be big. I don't think he was able to afford enough to, we get a fighter's ring for Bob. So all the offense in this cave. I don't think Pav checked the chest. I think he only had 2 keys, so he'd rather use that key to go in the back of Garanham, which I totally believe is the right decision. And Bob finds the Death Necklace. So literally anything that could give us offense. Showing up there. In the back of Garanham is Fairy Water, Wings, and a torch. So far, the key's not giving Pav any kind of advantage, but we've got a cave behind here to see, and we've got a treasury to see, so we shall... we have the grave back here. Now, Pav can't dive the grave because he only has one key, if I'm not mistaken, so... I mean, I guess he could use it and go back to Remeldar, but you don't want to do that, right? Oh, now he has 2 keys. So now I do dive grave. And the stones. Well, actually, with no gold there, I might not, because if I can't refill my keys at the castle, I don't really want to. But one more wyvern will make it such that that's not an issue even after death. Now you are perfectly well suited to go dive deep grave. Pineapple sees Garanham, or no, sorry, sees Remeldar, but has not located the way to get there as of yet. We're into Zone 2 of the grave. And now we're in Zone 3. Bob's going to come across these red dragons. I believe, if I recall correctly, they have weak breath, so that's also a nice thing to know. Both of the big red things are going to be more easy to kill as the seed goes on. And come across a wizard who's a little more obnoxious than some of the other things because we can't hurt more of them. And I was going to heal, and he's going to get wings. Excellent. Rogue Scorpion's going to get him up to level 8. Which is going to have stat gains of, drumroll, 1, 4, 27, 12, and heal more. Now, you can deal with a lot of stuff. Those red dragons and golems are viable targets when you get the sword. So they will be viable targets for Bob. They will not be viable targets for Pav as of yet. This wizard is not being nice. Finally gets away. Pav going to use his last resources on healing and hoping he can make it the rest of the way without any issue. We do have another wizard who is continually being problems, but we have a lot of HP, so we may be able to, we can survive a couple of misses. Alright. And there, and it is an herb. So Deep Grave's a complete zonk, but he got money in the process, and is going to be able to go do the gold grind. I don't remember what was in Garanham. I remember there being a flame sword. I don't really remember anything else. Wizard, who's been causing him all sorts of problems, going to now do him a favor by getting rid of him and letting him set up that gold grind. And now Bob's going to get that mega level. And is going to come across... This is Garanham, right? Yeah, so he's about to retrace Pav's steps here. And frankly, I imagine after Pav finishes with this whole adventure, he's going to go back to Mountain and dive it. So they'll probably converge pretty closely. Bob's going to get the chainmail. And going to buy the small shield. Now we shall find out what is lying in wait in the treasury. It is gold. It is the Drollmag, which appears to be an herb. No, I don't know what that was. There's a bamboo pole, which is wings, I believe. Yeah, I think that's herbs. Yeah. And then we have the bamboo pole, which is the silver harp. Appreciate Pav dutifully pointing that out with his cursor there. Pav is going to grind here. Bob going to equip his dragon scale, after ensuring he has equipped his fighter's ring. So now we'll see what Pav decides to grind to right here. We haven't seen the basement yet, but the big dangerous caves are not there. So if they're swamp, of course, I'm not going to go across it with the gold. But otherwise, you can go see what's there and get some information. Bob now going to go get himself some keys. We'll see if is Pav going to do the full 33k. Pav is also going to give us our first look at the Rimildar Treasury, I believe. The Rimildar Inn. We do have a silver shield here. Oh, maybe he didn't buy enough keys either. Guess he did not check that chest either. Pav does look like he's going for the full 33k. Grabs one more for luck. Gonna go save his game. Not gonna bother. Yeah, I still think you check the basement here before you wander off, but of course it's fine. You know what it is and reset the game. Don't lose any real issue with it. And Pav is indeed gonna do that. And it is tablet. The nice thing here is you go to the bottom of it. If it's not anything worthwhile, you can just reset. Although I guess you have outside, so it doesn't really save you that much. It's actually probably slower to reset. If you didn't have outside, it would be real nice. I'm getting his silver harp. And we have a bamboo pole, which I believe is a cursed belt. Pav is going to run from all the experience sources while trying to get to the towns. I do not mind that decision. It's really rough to waste all your time grinding and then have to reset out of it anyway. We have seen that. We saw that in a race yesterday. We are going to get the flame sword. Oh, the other chest was keys. Okay. Also good. We're gonna go check this, finally check what's behind the Rimildar Inn, which is the fairy flute. Bob's gonna find the cursed belt down here outside, go back to Garenham, go dive grave, while Pav is going to be going back into Mountain, going to get the silver shield and the half plate. I imagine he's not going to keep wandering around trying to find stuff. I think you accept the half plate may be all I'm going to have in this seed, rather than trying to be protective of your resources. But we'll see. I mean, I certainly wouldn't blame him for wandering off on this set of resources, see if he can't find something, and then once this journey is over, going back into Mountain, but you just kind of want him to go to Mountain as soon as possible so he can get equalized on the gear here. Or at least the knowledge. So are we going to do it, or are we going to keep wandering? We are not going to go into the cave. We are going to keep wandering. Of course, again, Erdrick Sword not the end-all be-all right now with Hurtmore, and the Flame Sword is also a fine substitute. So getting back into Mountain is not in any real kind of urgency. It'd just be nice to get that checked off your list. I personally hate leaving chests that close to home unchecked. Pav finds nothing there, gonna go refill his resources, and then we'll see what direction he decides to go from there. May have not been that he found nothing, it may have just been that he knew he was going to run out of resources, didn't see a nearby refill area, and is opting to fill it from that. Meanwhile, Bob gets level 9 for a 6, 1, 18, and 2. So even more HP now. Pav says he returned, realizing he needed Mountain. So indeed, going back to Mountain. Bob still has opted not to go back to Garenham with that key, which kind of surprises me. I feel like knowing those 3 chests plus a cave should be a top priority. Oh, he might be going to turn in his harp first. Yeah, okay, I could buy that. The Stone Man is reminding Pav why he didn't want to come to this cave in the first place. And now Pav has the Erdrick Sword. And he's gonna get the rest of the nothing down here. So now we're getting close to everybody, to Bob starting to explore new territory that we haven't seen yet, in lieu of going to Grave. So Bob hasn't seen what's behind Garenham, but has seen Garenham on the other end. Oh, that's right, it was the Death Necklace here. So it wasn't nothing. So Pav hasn't seen the Harp's Trade-in Cave. Bob hasn't seen the chests in or behind Garenham. But in general, we're all in... We're pretty even. Yeah, Bob's up by 200 XP, but with Hurtmore, that's a very, very, minimal issue. Pav going to Garenham, I assume, going to stock up on all the goodies at the item shop. Yep. We'll see if he both purchases and equips a scale. Oh! Did Pav equip the fighter's ring? I assume so. I missed the acquisition. I'm just going to assume so. I also am going to imagine he's going to equip both it and the dragon scale right now, as many, many people do. No, does not. We're going to assume it's equipped. So now Pav's exploring new territory to the south here, while Bob's exploring new territory to the west. Red Dragon does not want to let Bob go. Fortunately, with the combination of Heal More plus a Mercy rule, he will eventually get away, although that 50 was not a safe... yeah, it was. Never mind. Red Dragon can hit for 51, not 52. Pav gets up to level 9 as well. And Bob comes across a new town. It is... coal. That could be a big find. Armor here would be a very lovely discovery. Magic armor there is nice. Pav still has not died, so if he comes across this magic armor, he can still get it. That is the token there. So again, if Pav gets there, he'll have all the quest items, plus be able to get the magic armor, which will be really nice. But I don't think he's anywhere near that right now. But we also have other towns, like, for example, this one, still out there. Let's hope this hurt more lands. Nope, not going to take that chance. We're going to throw a Heal More out there. I approve. And just like that, Pav's back in the leading experience. It is Brecconary. Does Brecconary contain a magic armor? That is the question. It does not. It contains all the things he already owns. As disappointing as ever, Brecconary. Pav runs from the Red Dragon, but does not heal. So walks around with reduced resources. Have we seen this city already? Is this one coal? Yeah, I think this is coal. So now Pav's gonna get all the good news here. He's gonna get his magic armor, he's gonna get his token. He's hoping if he buys his magic armor first, it will manip the Erdrick's armor into the search spot, but sadly, 'tis not to be. Bob's finally fed up with these red dragons and is gonna start swinging at them. .42 is not a safe swing, but good enough. Four, 5, 0, 10, Radiant, and Stop Spell. So we have 9 of our 10 spells. BobPineapple's going to come across Brecconary, which, in his circumstance, will actually not be extremely disappointing because he will find a half-plate upgrade and a 6 gold N. And now Pav is going to reach that same level 10. So at this point, I'm not exactly sure what part of the world we haven't explored. I want to say it's north. It's the part that Pav returned from earlier. I thought that was where Bob was when he came across Cole, but it appears to be that he was actually much further south than I thought he was. Yeah, I think if you go to the left there, that's where the staff trading cave is. And now Pav finds the Sharlock that Bob found earlier. And these paths just keep going, one more bridge after another. Oh wait, no, this is the staff trade-in cave. And so now Bob's going to rehash everything that Pav has done by getting the flute here, and then I assume going to Garenham and going Diving Grave. Pav is going to go ahead and take his chances at this red dragon now. It's breathing fire, which is nice. It's hard to tell right now if that's 25% or 50%. It feels 25-ish to me, but that's a dangerous swing at 36. More fire. Yeah, it feels 25 from what I've seen. It is indeed 25. Oh, Bob's gonna find a new town and a new cave here. It is Hawksness with that hurt more, with the heal more. I mean, is there anything there that's gonna scare you? I don't think so. I think you're getting anything that's there down. You gotta find what's hiding behind it. And then if it's an axe knife, that's all the better. Pav's going to attempt to death warp here in the swamp. Has a lot of HP, so it's a slow process. But we get the level 4111 sleep. It's not much of a level and not much of an item, but a very nice grind tile. We're missing now, from a town perspective, Cantlin is the only place we're missing. From a cave perspective, this could be Jerk. This could be Swamp. And I think that covers it. Bob still hasn't gone back to go into Garenham. That is Swamp. And Pav will get the same level 11. Have all his spells, but nothing else. And I believe he is heading in the similar direction that Bob just was. He's going to go west here and then south, and that's where all the things are. We have seen one cursed belt. Alright, so Pav was going to check in case that was Jerk. He could go ahead and get the drop. It was not, so now he's going to go into Hawksness and get the same disappointment. And here is our Jerk right on the other side. So now Bob has found all the caves, just needs to find the final town to get the coordinates. So if that finds nothing there, it's going to go ahead and grind some more levels, or grind a level on these X Knights before wandering off, I guess. not going to get a level off of these Axe Knights. Might decide to abandon it right now, wanting to get across that swamp cave. Yep. That Hurt More Miss definitely helped him make a decision here. Pav not interested in walking across the swamp cave right now. He is going to go and explore to the west here instead. And it does appear that the swamp cave contains nothing but the jerk. I'm going to take a nice convenient death warp. Pav going to try to crawl on his hands and knees to find Caitlin here. And there it is. And yeah, we have the sword, we have all 3 quest items, we have the death necklace, we have the flute. If there are coordinates, then if there are coordinates, then they will be the armor. $33 north, 5 east. That seems countable. Pav was trying to do the old zigzag yogi count, but realizes the water is not going to allow him to do that, so he's going to landmark in a different way at the moment. Now this is a little whatever. What I might do in this situation is actually count against the coast, from the castle to the coast and on, because the castle's really close to the coast, I believe. But the other thing I would do is just count the east-west as I'm going along. Or you could do the north-south too, that works as well. Oh, this is just an annoying, windy road for such small coordinates. Alright, catching on from where we left off. Oh, we might be getting confused here, based on how far north we went. Or maybe we're going to go up and then east and then go the other way. And Bob is about to find he's about to get his coordinates knowledge. He's also purchasing a large shield. We're going to discover that blue dragons have sleep. Hopefully after this, Bob remembers that the place he hasn't been is Garanham. Because if he's trying to find something in the overworld, he's going to have a bad time. And Pav is indeed having trouble. I definitely feel like he went a lot more than 33 north. And I don't know about the 5 east. Maybe close to that, but I will note that they are 3 experience points apart right now. With... Oh no, sorry. 21 experience apart. I misread that. That's 35 rather than 53. But yeah, super close in experience. Bob has found all the things. Pav has found the swamp cave, and just hasn't gone across it. But I assume that's going to be coming in relatively short order. Bob gets 39 MP at level 12. AP still leaves a lot to be desired, but Bob is missing stones because he has never gone behind Garanham. He didn't go there right after he got keys, he never went back. So, he's missing Grave, he's missing back of Garanham, and it looks like he's looking for something, so he must not remember at this point in time. We'll see. So we're going to count again. You know, in the tiebreaker race to get in the playoffs, I believe Bob completely forgot that the jerk was right by start, where he had seen it earlier, and so even though he had the stuff, he didn't go turn it in. And so it's possible that he's just prone to forget about things he's seen. Or dismiss them as something else. Maybe conflates Garanham or Rebeldar in his head. I don't know. Oh, we're a little further south this time. If you have a lot of trouble right now, then this is the point where I do 2 things. One, I go get the princess. 2, I go back to Garanham and double check my coordinates. And then I go return the princess and get the coordinates from there, so I make sure that I know that I don't mess up a 3rd time. But I also do my 5x5 grid here. Pav is liking to move in like a straight line kind of thing, which I guess if you're more confident in one coordinate than the other, going in the straight line makes sense. If you're doing a double count, then you usually want to do the spiral search. But Pav has abandoned this search again. As pointed in the chat, Garanham is probably not the ideal place to go to coordinates, although if Bob went there for coordinates, it would probably help him out a lot. Pav reminded that golems have hurt and probably swings right here. Yep. Honestly, in this race, it's been pretty solid decision-making by both players here. I haven't had nearly as much to gripe about as I usually do. It's been a rather well-played game, other than some exploration mishaps, but those happen to everyone. That's not necessarily a strategic error, which is more the things I complain about. That's a memory and or map bus error. We're counting a third time. Starting from that landmarked position. See if we get it this time. This red dragon, regardless of anything else, is going to get Pav up to level 13. That 39 swing was dangerous. But, as is going to be this 39 swing, Bob is doing the count as well. But I also get doing those swings because your resources are very low, and you need to take your risks. And level 13 will bring us 14 power, 1 speed, 2 hit points, 3 magic points. Alright, our offense is starting to go up a little bit. Bob seems to have messed up his count as well, since I believe his count is taking him into that water. And to my eyeball test, that seems a lot higher than 33 north. So which strategy is Pav going to do here? Is he going to recheck the coordinates, or is he going to get the princess, or is he going to do both? We shall find out. Looks like we are heading towards Cantlin, although I think I'd do that regardless, because we have 2 MP. Oh, Bob must have just gotten it, because he's not dying in Swamp anymore. I was looking away and missed it. So now Bob just has to get into Garenham. But he is not walking the way towards Garenham. So he is still confused. He's gonna go double check his coordinates. See, 33 north and 5 east. And based upon his reaction here, we will find out if that was a miswrite of the coordinates, or if it was I can't find him. And that appears that would be a miswrite to me, because I don't think you're chancing, if I can't count 33.5, that I'm going to do that over and over again. But according to Pav, he did write down the coordinates correctly. And now Bob is going to get that nice strength gain level. Alright, let's continue this count this time. The nice thing for Pav here is that because Bob's still continuing to explore, he's not losing ground in XP after this, when he, versus what he could be setting down to a dedicated grind at Hawksness, or even versus golems or red dragons out there. We still don't know what the spike tile is in Swamp Cave. Oh man, that was right in the area he'd been searching the whole time. I can't believe he missed that spot. Now my question is, were either of his initial 2 spots within 2 coordinates of that? I didn't see it, but if they were within 2 coordinates of that, I will have criticisms. Whether it is or not, I will just go ahead and say that if you are ever dual counting coordinates and you search a spot and it's empty, the most likely place for it to be is off by 1 in any of the coordinates. The next most likely place it's going to be is off by 2 in any of the coordinates. You always want to search every tile within 2 of the 25 tiles that are the center and within 2 of those. And make sure you cover that before you ever, abort your search that way. So I don't know if that would have applied to Pav here, but he definitely did some interesting search patterns rather than going in a spiral. And so I don't know if it would have helped him or not, but just as a general rule, the 25 square search is absolutely a must if you miss your first thing and you're doing a dual coordinate count. If you're doing a single coordinate, it's a little dicier. You're going to keep going up and down a line and hope your single coordinate wasn't wrong. Bob does remember now that Garanham is the place to be. Either that or he's just coming here for refills, we'll see. And Pav is looking for the Jerk Cave. We'll see if he covers all... It looks like he's trying to cover all the rest of the world in the first continent before going over to the second one. So this may end up converging very, very nicely, assuming that Bob goes in the back here. And here we go. And the nice thing for Bob is he has the other 6 key items, so he knows as soon as he sees the stones, he can get out of there, which means he doesn't deep dive grave like Pav does. So Pav is actually kind of on the clock at this point in time. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to where the zones are. It seems like we have red stuff all over the place. And so there might be a good desert zone to grind in. I'd prefer that versus the Axe Knights. Oh, yes, Pav does have armor now. I prefer that over the Axe Knights if I can find a consistent red grind, but I don't know what zones those are in, and so Hawksnesses could also be reasonable. It's pretty close to Cantlin for a refill. So I'd be interested to see what grind decision Bob's gonna make here after he gets the rainbow drop. 6, 17, 9, 6 is level 14. At 123 attack power. Without Fairy Water, I want 20 swings. With Fairy Water, I'm probably okay with 17 to 18 swings. We have 13 heal mores, 117 hit points, 89 defense. Yeah, I'm not happy at this level. but it does mean that 15 has very high chances of being go. And now Bob will be the first one to get his drop, and I assume he's going to go check the spike tile here. No, we are not checking the spike tile. We decide that nothing else can compare with the current plan of Hawksness. Oh, this Axe Knight grind will go awfully fast. But I do believe Pav has explored most of the world at this point. Because we're back to Cantlin now, gonna refill our resources, and then hopefully go to Swamp Cave. 75% hurt and 50% heal behind it for the golem. The thing about heal on golems is it's very, very convenient because they have such horrible defense. You can outswing that heal every time. So it's basically, it may take you a little bit longer to kill them, a couple more turns to kill them, but it's just free turns. It's not, you don't get in a heal loop with them. You're making progress. Bob taking a long look at his stats, realizing, nope, that 123 is just not enough. The nice thing for Pav here is finding all this red stuff in the overworld. If 15's go means that he's not going to be behind sitting down on this dedicated grind. The XP, you know, I imagine Bob will get to 15 first, but it's not going to be a massive difference. I love it. Pav gives the rage hurt more to the old man guarding the drop. And now he is going to go through all these stone men to see if there's what grind is in the swamp cave. Oh, the blue dragon. Okay, that is not the grind. So, Bob, in the meantime, accidentally dies during the Axe Knight grind, which prevents him from continuing to gain experience while Pav's doing this. So, we are now converging on the Axe Knight grind. We are one Axe Knight apart in experience. $63 experience apart right now. With almost guaranteed that, 6 more Axe Knights? No, 7 more Axe Knights is going to be go. It's all about how many of these you can one-shot. That's really it. The person who one-shots the most X-Knights during this is going to get to level 15 first. So far, Pav getting the worst of it. I don't think Bob has missed one yet. Oh, and as I say that, Bob misses one. And then Pav gets surprise attack, which is going to slow that battle down. Pav gets the one-shot. Bob gets the one-shot. Pav gets the one-shot. Bob did not... Well, I think Bob missed the hurt more, which is unfortunate. And then Pav gets another one-shot. Bob gets this in 1, then he's going to hit 15. Alright, Bob's going to get 15 first. And... 1. 1. 2. 0. $124 attack power, 16 to 17 swings with Fairy Water is what you're going to want. You have 13 MP. It's totally doable. Totally doable at this level. And you've seen nothing particularly awful outside of the Blue Dragon. I'd probably go here. But I understand why someone would be reticent to. You've got Caitlyn right next door, though, to get those Fairy Waters in. But there is a flip side. How much time is it going to take you to walk to Caitlyn, sell all your stuff, buy the Fairy Waters, versus how long is it going to take you to do this grind for the Axe Knights? And... you know, ultimately that might not be too far off. And, or at least for some of it. And then you can go safety versus not. Again, in general, in 1v1s, I don't generally prefer going safety. You don't be silly, but playing conservatively is how you lose 1v1 races. So, I kind of get it a little more in Bob's position because he doesn't have as much defense, so his doubles odds are lower. But I would go in either situation at this point in time. But it's certainly not a guarantee that you'd win if you went, you know. So I'm not saying if someone went here versus didn't, that's the difference in them winning or losing. You know. But now it does look like... we are going to start selling stuff. Huh. So now it looks like Pav is suddenly thinking Fairy Water instead. Now there's a couple of ways you could look at the strategy for Pav to do here. One is to get those Fairy Waters and do a dive and grind on the way down. You've got 89 defense, so wizards, werewolves, star wyverns, green dragons, all broken right now. You can kill them without much damage. You're only 1,300 experience away from the next level. And you've got Fairy Water that you can use for attack if you don't get anything. But if you do get something, you can use Fairy Water to just repel the rest of those monsters. Huh. Wow. So according to Imp's Magic DL2 calculator, you're about 88% to win with 5 Fairy Waters. I did not realize it was quite that high. That goes from being borderline to being clear go to me, if I'd known that, but... But regardless, Pav is definitely making that decision now. Bob is not. So the question is Pav going to hedge his bets on the dive and attempt to take on the weak monsters, or is he going to run from everything? That is what we shall find out shortly. And we are in with a ghost. Pav's going to use his two extra MP to throw out a repel, which to me says we're going on 15. We're not bothering with an extra level. Blue Dragon here says, "Are you sure you don't want some buffer?" Oh no. Oh no. No, no, wake up, wake up! Get out of here! Oh no! Alright, well, Pop's gonna hit 16 in the meantime. 2 power, 3 strong speed, 14 hit points, 8 magic points. That's Death Necklace. That's like Ultra Mega Go. That's Go without Death Necklace or Fairy Waters, frankly. Like, even without Fairy Waters, at 126, I want 18 swings. We have 14 heal mores, and with 133 HP, you're going to get doubles. And of course, once you throw Death Necklace on there at 136, you know, I want 13 swings and we have 14 heal mores. So it is, you know, for Bob, if he gets down there, he's going to win. But Pav is making kind of the play that I've talked about before, which is you play to win, not play not to lose. If you're in a big race, you take these fights on your way down. Make sure you guarantee your win. If you're in a race like this and you're in urgent mode, you go at a level that's, you know, reasonable and that might be slightly risky, but you don't play it conservatively to make yourself feel safer. You play it kind of as close to the razor's edge as you can to get there as fast as possible. So I very much like the fact that even though he grinded halfway to the next level, he thought about it and was like, you know what? No, I need to get there. It's very good strategy not to throw bad money after good, as they say. Or good money after bad, as they say. I will go ahead and say that I miscalculated time somewhere in when I was putting this together, and we will not be able to have time to do the next vodcast. So that will either be put... I'll either put that on late this evening, or more likely sometime tomorrow between the early and late games. But Angel RG Game 1 will not be coming on immediately after this. And the spike tile is an accident. Nothing we're particularly worried about here. Pav gets down, all his resources intact, several floors in front of Bob. So as long as he wins this, obviously he wins. You know, it's not quite as free as it is for Bob, but he's in pretty good shape here. And the Dragon Lord helps him out by throwing off a stop spell. That's very nice. Hurt more or less ideal, but Pav was able to get down with still several herbs, so we're in good shape. Hurtmore doesn't kick him down to 97, so good shape here. No back attack, so we start with the Fairy Waters. And that is 16. That is a very nice first roll. That's always a good thing to see when you first throw one. 10. Less ideal, but you're still feeling good after the 16. You're still rolling above average on it. Above average. 15. Ooh, that is some nice Fairy Water action. Plus a double. And 12 takes us to 53. We get a 10, take us to 63. $13 takes us to 76. And now we start the swings. 88. 94. 105. And a double, taking us to 114. 125. 132. I'm not going to bother counting Bob's because he's got this in the bag. And frankly, his numbers don't matter. It's what happens with Pav here that matters. 139. Because if Pav loses this, then Bob's going to win. 150. And 150 was enough. So everybody get your GGs out for Pav. He will win Game 2, and Bob Pav will be the first game, the first series that we know is going to 3 games.